Welcome to 321 Airsoft's YouTube channel, and today we're going to be talking about the Hk416, licensed by Umarex and distributed through Elite Force Airsoft. And I recently acquired one. I wanted the C version, the 416C, mainly because I have a ton of carbine length M4s, and I wanted something that's small, like a PDW. So I picked up the C. I'm going to show that to you today, but first I'm going to show you what's available in the CQB version. This is the Hk416 Cqb right here, built by VFC from what I understand, and pretty much confirmed that when I took mine apart. The cool thing about these guns is that Elite Force is offering a 1-year warranty on the gearbox. That is pretty handy if you're not a tech or someone who doesn't work with guns, but it comes with a price tag. You're looking at around $459 for one of these. Sometimes you can pick them up with discounts and sales, a little bit less than that, but they're going to be in the mid $400 range for both of them, regardless of the one. The standard 416 CQB is shorter in length than a standard carbine M4, and it has basically a regular folding stock on it. Paul, what is this one? Is there a name they call this 416? It's just a stock.
Just a stock. It's HK's crazy stock.
It's a crane stock. So your battery is going to be in the back of this gun. Let's talk about it like it's an airsoft gun. Removable sights, rail all the way across. It's got wrists everywhere. It's got a unique grip to the 416. It's just like the real, real steel version. The one thing that we noticed about these guns that's significantly different, if you were to buy this gun and you are, say, a PMAG user, you're going to run into problems using your PMAGs. And let me give you a reason. Let me move this so you can see it on the secondary camera here. On the 416. The receiver is going to be completely different than a standard, not completely different, but it's going to be different than an M4. And the one thing that we notice the most is the depth of the mag well. Right here, the body kind of runs across. It's almost flat, versus a standard M4, it's arched up a little bit higher. So you're going to have, say, a millimeter or two difference right in this part right here. And when you're using a PMAG, that becomes a problem because on the PMAG there is this little nub. So a lot of guys will use the EMAGs or a standard mag or a regular high cap that looks like a standard M4 AR mag. This nub is going to have to be ground down, and we did that on mine so that they would actually fit the 416. So let me go actually move our display model out of here and bring in mine. This is my 416C. I wanted a PDW version of an M4. The reason why I didn't want to go to an MP5 or a P90 or anything like that is that I have tons of M4 mags, and I didn't want to swap out magazines and go to a completely different chest rig. So what I've done is I've just got a gun that fits the magazines that I have. I got a short gun, finally, that fits all of my magazines. Woo-hoo! Yeah. So with the collapsing wire stock on here, it's basically two position. It's kind of got a, what would you say, that's about 7-inch and then maybe about a 9-inch deployment, and collapses all the way down to probably about 3.5 inches. I know a lot of you are going to already know the specs on this, and in the comment section you're going to absolutely destroy me and say it's 3.9865 millimeter, whatever. Look, it's an estimate, but that's what you've got. It's going to be shorter than a standard M4 stock that can extend out. It's not going to be as long, so if you're going to have to get used to this being shorter, guys. The first thing I noticed about this gun when I took it apart, wow, I can't even get the stock to collapse. I like the stock. It's nice. I took off the flip-up sight. On my personal one, there is actually a flip-up sight right here, and I replaced it with a Daniel Defense sights, front, rear. The reason why I did that is I don't like flip-up sights. I like it kind of static is the best way to put it. Would you agree? Static? All right, static. In other words, it's not a moving part. I don't like that. I'm getting criticized by Paul. Like, he's giving me shit. Like, come over here, Paul. Tell me what you don't like about my gun.
Oh, come on.
Come on, tell me. Tell me what you don't like about my gun. All right. Now, tell me what you hate about it.
I don't like this.
Okay.
I don't like this.
Okay.
We had a long conversation. He's telling me, oh, you shouldn't be groundhogging over top of a surface like this when you're shooting. But I'm like, we're on a building in Irene. And you're like, get up on top of that building, and the only way you can get over
I wasn't on the building.
Well, I was on the building.
That's
my personal preference.
That's his problem.
He was on the building too.
Anyway, all right. So now we've got Paul's input. I like it. I can grip it in two positions. I can grip it close and kind of keep my hand in tight when I come around corners and small rooms and stuff like that. And then if I've got the stock completely collapsed, it's pretty stable if I've got the big, massive, surefire light grip on here. So I mean, it feels stable. It's comfortable. It's without the stock, and it's got the flashlight on it. Blind Corey with it. I just like it set up like this. Now, he tells me I should run it further back, but I think the balance works better. With the grip's back here, it works for me. Now, that's the thing about airsoft is you like your gun for you, and it works for you. So it's important. It's important to do that. Set your gun up for you. I've got the T1 replica on here. I've got my battery in a PEC box here. I want a 7.4 1300 milliamp 20C LiPo. It's already wired to the front, whereas on the 416 Cqb, it's wired to the rear. This fits my applications because I already have another gun that is wired to the front. And I'm just going to run a Dean's plug up to here. It chronos at about 356 feet per second on average. Was nice and consistent. The one thing I did notice about this gun when I took it apart was the stock hop-up that was inside. There was a lot of fraying on the taper. So the first thing I did is I went in and I replaced it, and I just have SHS buckings around, so I'm going to try that one out and run the SHS one. I went ahead and I removed the mock bolt that moves back and forth in there. The dust cover still works, so actually taking that out allows me to get to the hop up, but I don't like that thing moving in and out of there. And the biggest problem I had with it is when I took the upper receiver off of the lower, it was a pain in the ass to get the two of them back together. And that metal is so thin that a part of that metal, after pulling this just a couple times, bent slightly and made it tough to move back and forth in there. So it lost that action almost immediately. So you'd have to go in there and kind of get that flattened out and make it work better. But this still functions. The dust cover still pops open. The only reason I'm going to go in there is to get to the hop up. I mean, I don't see any other reason to have the mock bolt. It's just extra stuff when you're modding guns and working on. I went ahead and I replaced the barrel with a 247 millimeter Mad Bull 6.01 and changed the bucking, and then I went in and just kind of tuned the hop up. The hop up on here is pretty tight. It's pretty consistent. It's got kind of a water wheel movement to it rather than that, what's the other style? Standard M4. The dial. So this is like an ICS style or like a G36 where the wheel is sideways. It's nice. It's nice and tight, and when you dial it in, it stays pretty consistent. I haven't had a chance to really go out and field test this much. I'm hopefully going to get it out, but it's going to be cold, and I don't want to be running the gun out in the cold because the gearboxes get brittle and you can damage them. So if the temperature is above 30 degrees, I'll get out and run some YouTube videos and check it out. But if you guys have any questions or anything about the 416 line, there is a 417. We just don't have that one. If you can get your hands on the 417 and you like using the larger mags, then that's a personal preference. If you're in that world, that works for you. It doesn't work for me because I got a bazillion P mags. It does come with a high cap, which it's got all the licensing on it. It's kind of neat, except for it does say 6mm BB, which is on the gun it says 5.56mm. On this it says 6mm BB. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of an interesting little novelty. But all the trademarks are on them. It's a great looking gun. The bodies are solid. I'm going to have fun with this. This is going to be my gun for like command element this year because it's small, and if we go to a lot of mount or city environments, I'll be using this. And who knows, if it shoots with the range that I want or I can get it dialed into, I'll take it out in the woods and use it. So again, comment on our channel. Any questions or anything like that, let us know. Again, I'm going to run this gearbox bone stock for a while and see how it performs. And then if there's any issues or anything like that, I'll come back on this channel. I'll put a link somewhere around here. It'll just be down at the bottom. It'll just pop up, click on it, and it'll take you to that new video. So hopefully this helps you out making a decision if you're thinking about spending that much money on a 416. I like it. Paul hates it. But he doesn't get to. You don't have one yet. You don't have one.
Yeah, I know. They're expensive.
It's mine. So, you know.
I don't need either.
Oh, you bought the M14, yeah. But anyway, thanks for watching our channel. Please subscribe and be sure to watch some of our in-game videos. And, you know, if you want to hate us, that's fine too because your views count. All right, guys. All right, I'm going to spin out of here. Ready?